The headlines tell us that the economy is improving. No matter who you believe, generally the economists are telling us the economy is improving. I give you that as a little precursor to our topic, which is what if you have some lingering debt that people are coming after you about? We've brought back in Kurt Franke to talk about the legal side of real estate, and we're talking about somebody threatening foreclosure that isn't your bank. Now, that means they're not in first position. We've talked about that a second may not have any rights to your home. But does another creditor have rights to insist on foreclosure if they are owed money?
Yeah, there's several different types of creditors that can foreclose on your property for money owed. And the first that comes to mind is a tax lien. So the government can actually foreclose upon your property if you owe money in taxes. The state government can as well for property liens, for instance.
All right.
And another kind would be homeowners associations for assessments have a right to foreclose on property.
Okay, so we have those instances. What about if they're not either of those? Are there other instances that people need to be aware of, whether it's a credit card, for example?
Yeah, a credit card, generally, they're not secured against property. What would happen in the case of a credit card is they would have to first collect a judgment against you for the debt owed, and then through the execution of a judgment process, they may or may not be able to foreclose on your property. I think we've talked about homesteading your property before, and that's a good way to protect your property or your primary residence from anybody that's trying to execute on a judgment.
Now, if there is an execution, a foreclosure that has gone through, your bank is still in first position.
That's right.
So if you're upside down, what happens here?
Well, unless it's not surprisingly, the government has put itself in a position to leapfrog everybody and be able to be in first position largely. But what happens is if a second mortgage on your property foreclosed and not the first because you were current on the first, then they still have to pay off the entire first before they can collect the first dime. So in this economy and the housing values the way they've been lately, it's difficult for a second holder to really look forward to getting any money by foreclosure.
There you go. It's just another angle of the legal side of real estate. We bring in Kurt, and I might remind you that this was a question from one of our viewers. If you've got a question, they can send it to you or set up an appointment. How do they do that, Kurt?
Yeah, you can always call me at 827-6100 if you need to set up an appointment. Talk with Linda. She'd be glad to set up an appointment with you. Or you can go to my webpage, LOCAF, LOKAF.com.
It's that simple. It's sitting down with Kurt Franke at the law offices of Kurt A. Franke and talking about the legal side of real estate or business or whatever they need to sit down with you about.
That's right. Anything you want to call, if I can't help you, I can refer you to somebody that can.
Very good. Thanks, Kurt. Good stuff.
Thank you.
All right.